Good. Hello, new week, new Alice indeed. I did do a TLDR community post if people just want to know what's different. That information is available. But TLDR, she now has more opportunities to activate her forced assault or polarity assault. However, it is more difficult to get them out. Now she needs to use her enhanced basic 5 to use it. The enhanced basic 5 is generated after an assault, and I believe after her EX special, and her B5 is linked to after a couple attacks. But now you're only getting polarity assault on the special attack, instead of it being automatic whenever you apply anomaly. They also made her resource economy much better. She gets 2 out of 3 from her ult now instead of 1 out of 3. They also improved the amount she gets from assault and disorder. Those are the changes for Alice. What do I think about it? Oh, also, they got rid of any and all Jane Cope. Also, they've definitely positioned Alice to want to be a better Jane. I still maintain the same opinion. Yeah, Alice is better than Jane. Should you really pull Alice if you have Jane? No. We don't need a... Unless you really like Alice. Yeah, she's better, but there's just not a ton of reason to pull for her. It's a really saturated role. She is very good, but it's just a really saturated role. Oh yeah, also her JP voice is recast. So yeah, well, Alice is a very good character. She's like... I'm gonna use a word. She's low value? She's low... especially when we consider that Jane is a fan favorite character and very popular. No, she has 0 off-field capability. She is just a DPS now. Her best team is 100% going to be Vivian. But she is good. It feels like this Firefly Rappa thing in Honkai Star Rail, where, yeah, Rappa's a technically better break DPS than Firefly. You'd think I'd be fucking insane if you asked me to pull, or I'd look at you and think you're insane if you said pull in second break DPS. I'm not pulling a second break DPS, and I'm not really that jazzed about pulling a second or third Fizz Anomaly DPS. For accounts that lack 5-star Anomaly, I would really want to make sure you get Vivian first. Like, yeah, Alice is a good DPS. She's a good grab if you have nothing. But if you don't have Vivian, things are already a little scuffed. So we get Vivian, who is better. I mean, the new Anomaly Shill content is all Fizz Week. That probably answers the question. Yeah, that probably answers the question for you, basically. I don't really have much else to say. Reruns, Miyabi, Yanagi. Yeah. We know it's going to be Yanagi. The question is if it's Miyabi or Evelyn. Is Alice still playable with Yanagi? Yeah, definitely. She definitely still is. I'm just not sure if it's better than Vivian. I'm leaning towards no currently. Either way, Vivian is going to be easier to play. Well, it's not really a big deal. Vivian is the safe recommendation. Was it a buff or a nerf? I think it's technically a buff. I'm just not super jazzed about it. I think it is technically a buff, but I'm not jazzed. I just know what I'm talking about. Bernice? I feel like I could answer this question with a single image.
Good day, Lord Phaeton.
Same reason no one talks about Caesar. Are we gonna do another video? No, at this point we're just gonna do the full release. You're booing me? Fair enough, honestly. How's my day? It's alright. I am okay. Thank you for asking, though. What can we craft? Stuff I have probably way too much of. Okay, then. Okay. I'll take these. Thank you. Give me those. Thank you. Always a pleasure, my man. What else is super prevalent here? Yuzuha has not really changed. She did get one change. There was one Yuzuha change. And it was kind of major. Sort of. Sort of. Temple management. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think they cooked with it. The Bangbu got nerfed so much. Yeah, the Bangbu doesn't even give AP anymore. The Bangbu is dead. Bangbu is kill. Ow, my ear. Yeah, truly 07 Bangbu. Now just regenerates health and energy. We got saved from Bang Bauer creep. True. We did get saved from Bang Bower creep. Oh, we have to do these events. What are these? Talk to Crispy Boo. Wait, did they put Crispy Boo in the game? Oh my god, it's Crispy Boo. Crispy Boo, we love you! Yes, Yuzuha's kid is largely the same. I'd like a cheeseburger. Bang Boo got a job. Jufufu was waiting for her meal. Hello, Jufufu. Hello. Fierce tiger. Who is Ching Feng? What happened with Alice? I talked about it at the start of the VOD. She had her resource gain and spendage changed. It is now more difficult for her to use her Polarity Assault, but she technically has them more available now. I think it ends up being a buff. I'm pretty sure it's a buff. Because she can spend more of them, but they are more difficult to spend. She also had her skill values reduced. That's not really a big deal, though. Because now she's an anomaly character. Oh no, we need to do multiple days of this. Bernice is waiting for her meal. Nitro fuel. She mixed up a new nitro fuel. Nitro fuel goes well with coffee. Juicy cheeseburger with coffee. All right, then. Is she better than Jane? She very likely is still. I just think it doesn't exactly matter. Yeah, she's better than Jane. The question is just, do you really want to put wishes into pulling for a better Jane? Or would you rather just continue to play Jane? If you already have her, there's... Yeah, Alice is better, but there's very little reason to pull her. Especially with how popular Jane is. And everyone has her, well, yeah. In that case, Jane's great. Or not Jane. In that case, Alice is great. In that case, Alice is just straight up a great character. But if you already have Jane, she's, I guess, questionable. Astra is waiting for her meal. DPS are short-lived. Invest in supports. Ah, yeah, Bernice and Caesar are doing great. Yeah, so is Rena. Jingyi had a renaissance, though. So that's nice. Sort of. That one's nice. You're gonna pull all of 2.1. Here's a funny thing about Yuzuha. She's supposed to be better than Astra. Significantly so. Because all of the anomaly shield gives anomaly damage, not damage bonus. Yuzuha's buff is diluted in anomaly shield content, making them perform similarly. Because that's how relative gain works. You get more value from stats you don't have than from stats you do have. But that doesn't really matter. Because, let me tell you, a second Astra, even if she's equal to Astra in the shield content, it's a big fucking deal. It's a big fucking deal. You can play anomaly teams with no Astra, and they're great. They're great. I am a Yuzuha shill. I will be shilling for Yuzuha. I will be pulling the Yuzuha. I mean, you can pick another buff. You could, but you wouldn't. The anomaly buffs commonly give free decibels, which, as I'm sure you've seen with Miyabi stuff this rotation, it's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal. I agree, Bamboo. Do I need Denny? I might actually just need Denny. How broke are we? Yuzuha and Miyabi engine? I would get Miyabi's engine.
Evokes 100 aromas.
Why is Yuzuha better than Astra? She sort of is and sort of isn't. It's more complicated than you would think. But it literally is that she is Astra for anomaly agents specifically. That's a big deal to me. Last stats attack percent. Check this out. Fuck. But what if? It fucking won't. Oh my god, what a scam! Is it true Yuzuha's engine is a must? No. People are dumb and think buffs being incomplete means the character is bad. It's a timeless thing. Timeless misconceptions in Zenless Zone Zero. You do not need maximum buff in a kit for the kit to be used. You must max out your breakpoints? Okay. It is a timeless misconception in this game. We still doing pen? I really need slot 6s. I kind of just want to force slot 6. You know what? Let's do this. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Styles back to attack? No.
What a perfect mix. The joy that this delicious composition.
This is Glorp. Please?
But take your time and savor it.
If you have OCD. You know, I've talked to my uncle who has OCD, and you know what he says the best way to cope with it is? I am not a very OCD person, so you're gonna have to take this with a grain of salt. It is secondhand advice. He says the way he copes with his OCD is by forcing himself to experience the OCD triggers knowingly, and eventually you become more comfortable with it. You are gonna have to take that advice with a grain of salt. But I understand the gist of that advice. Where you have to, if you have a thing where you have to make sure the door is closed, sometimes just don't check. Yeah, it's called exposure therapy. It might not be a bad thing to not max out on a buff for once in your life.
A little bitterness can make sometimes stopping to take a break can help you go further.
I'm gonna throw that one out there. We have Denny. I'm just gonna trust that we have Denny and farm drives. Yeah, I'm just gonna trust it. Can I get over anything in life? Yes. Talking to people on the internet is scary until you do it for 6 hours a day. You have Yisun, Fufu, and Astra. Who is your main priority? Well, you're gonna need a second DPS. You could... I would say you could get Alice and Yuzuha. But I'd also kind of suggest that it's possibly too soon. You won't really have enough wishes to do that. So I can't really recommend it. You might be better off skipping Anomaly for now. If you want to try to get Miyabi, if she is rerunning, then at least you can make a team out of the single character. But for now, Alice and Yuzuha seem to just kind of be too expensive to get in a single update after pulling everything in 2.0. You just aren't really going to have wishes. So skipping an update is probably the actual best advice. Probably. And then just grab what comes next, because you'll have more resources to play with. Yeah, don't be afraid to skip. It's okay to skip. So it's completely different again. No, she's more dialed into what she was last week. She's not different enough for me to make a video, I think. I'm not super sure about that. Either way, we need to... Well, the next video is going to be the Persona video. Oh, what is this? Cooking! Oh, okay. Solo Fufu! Yeah, I'll continue to play the Persona 5 game. It's fun. I liked it. I'm definitely going to play it super casually. But I liked it. I still want to play SMT5. I still need to play it. It's been on my list forever. Do Cannon of Vengeance. I don't know what Cannon of Vengeance is. Is Metaphor worth playing? Yes. Yes, you should play Metaphor ReFantagio. You should absolutely play Metaphor ReFantagio and Persona 5 Royal. I can't recommend Persona 3 Reload unless you already know you like Persona games. Because I think it is honestly kind of just not as strong gameplay-wise. It's got a great story, but it isn't as strong gameplay-wise. Remaster Persona 4? It's kind of going to be the same thing as Persona 3 Reload. I'm sure it's just going to be the same thing. They're also definitely going to sell you the end of the game as DLC again, instead of just including it. Hopefully they don't touch the music at least. $2027, it'll definitely be coming next year. They don't actually really have that much work to do. Besides just ask. It's a game that's already made, and they don't really make a ton of changes. You think they'll redo the dungeons? I do not think they'll redo the dungeons. If they didn't touch Tartarus, they're not going to touch Persona 4. Sorry. Unlike Tartarus, Persona 4's dungeons are actually not randomly generated. They have maps. They feel like they're randomly generated, and they look like they're randomly generated, but they are technically not randomly generated. So they probably aren't going to touch it. Holy Sim, yeah. They also know no one likes Tartarus gameplay. The longest dungeon in Persona 4 is 13 floors. And that's the longest one. Most of them are less, actually, nearly all of them, besides 2, actually just all of them are less than 10 floors. They know no one likes it. And they knew no one liked it at the time. Yes, every Persona 4 dungeon is a map. Tartarus is randomly generated. Persona 4 is technically not. Persona 4 looks like it is, but those maps are not randomly generated. They just feel like they are. They just feel. Tartarus is randomly generated. So if they didn't touch Tartarus, they aren't going to touch Persona 4, because Persona 4's dungeons are literally shorter. Random, most floors are random? Not really. Sort of. Though I know the later ones literally have maps. I looked at them when I was playing the game. I literally looked at the maps when I was playing the game. So I know they have maps. I googled it. You liked Reload? Fair enough. Anyway, they all suck? Yes, they do. But again, they didn't touch Charteris, and Persona 4 literally has less of it than Persona 3. If they were going to change that gameplay, they would have changed it for the Persona 3 remake. Because it is so much worse there. It is. It's just so much worse. There's so much more of it in Persona 3.
Obliterate form and spirit.
Tryharding? More like I literally ran out of patience and just wanted to get through it. You don't understand how tedious these maps are. The problem is they didn't bring any of the quality of life from 5 in. It's my complaint about the Persona 3 remake. It didn't bring over the features from 5 that I actually wanted. They kind of just made it Persona 4. And it's why I'm very doubtful that they're gonna do what they probably should for the Persona 4 remake. I like Persona 4 for the record. It's a very good game. The dungeons can be tedious, which is literally why they are shorter. It's slightly faster than Vaz. That doesn't... It's not enough. It's not quite enough. I think they should have just done actual designed maps like Persona 5. That's what I would like to... That's what I wanted to see out of a Persona 3 and Persona 4 remake. Because the dungeon crawling gameplay is kind of the worst part of the game. And if you were going to change anything, you should change that.
Cycle of yin and yang. I'll watch over you.
The other thing from Persona 5 and Metaphor ReFantasia that I would like to see your social links need to improve your exploration experience. Having those gameplay segments cross over is kind of important, and making the game feel like playing the social simulator benefits the dungeon crawling kind of matters. You need those perks. You do need those perks. Surprised I like Persona at all? I do. Besides insta-kill, most of them are useless. It doesn't matter. The fact is, you want them to feel like they're doing something.
In the Hollow Era, the court was yet heroes of right. The frontier town.
Who dares disturb
disturb the peace on our street.
Story? No, I love the stories in those games. It's because they're well written and engaging, and they feature a robust skip button when you're doing second playthroughs.
Hero pop up from? Is this part of the script?
I told you to read the script carefully.
I'm a disciple of Yunquei Summit. I won't stand by and watch you do this.
What the hell am I supposed to say to that?
You didn't read it either?
A Yunquei Summit disciple?
Jufufu, get him!
Hooray to arms! Oh, right. Hooray is the arms.
Watch as our heroine swings her club with skill and throws her fists with fierce precision. The vicious bandits are left trembling, their courage shattered, and their menace stripped away. What a young hero in the making. At least it would, if the bandits were actually bandits.
Please spare them, good lady. They're not bandits.
Wow, that's awesome! I loved watching those movies with martial arts heroes when I was little.
Ouch. Well, it feels like you're a real expert now.
Gasp.
Maybe it's because I've watched so many movies. I feel I should always step in and help whenever I see injustice.
Wow.
I was
Bruh.
too impatient and clueless just now. I barely left the mountain, so I didn't know any better. If I've caused any trouble,
Man, we just beat up our staff.
We're really grateful for you sparing us, good lady.
Bruised extra.
You're actually a young master from Yunquei Summit, right?
We're all workers from Phylum Heights, working part-time as extras on the set to support our families.
If it weren't for the selfless masters of Sway being templed during the mining accident a while ago,
don't mention it.
That's why, despite the...
These are separate issues. So now that we understand...
Yo, Jufufu, you're paying their medical bills? Can you afford this?
Find me, so I'll be on my way.
Can you afford this, Jufufu? Hold up. Jufufu loaded? She's balling like that.
Your ears, your tail, they're different from the usual cat thyrans. Could you be a tiger thyran like Mr. Sunghuang?
You can tell I'm a tiger thyran? That's right.
I knew it. I was watching your impressive fight and was immediately struck by inspiration.
Bruh.
Huh? Master Tiger is fierce indeed. But the audience has seen too many stories about the legendary, righteous, and sword-wielding hero saving the world. They've gotten bored of it.
One day of lunch money.
A young hero, fresh out the mountain, yet
Video on the Alice changes.
fierce determination.
What are you trying to say, director?
Probably not.
Popularity hasn't
If I do, it'll be short.
but the courage
I think it's technically a buff.
Once we left Phylum Heights, where else
So,
such a young, spirited, beautiful, and
they moved Polarity Assault from being an automatic proc to being tied to her Enhanced Basic 5. She gets an Enhanced Basic 5 after she triggers Assault. You can shortcut to Basic 5 / Enhanced Basic 5 after her Enhanced Basic 3, after EX Special, and I think after Ultimate as well. You can also shortcut to it after Dodge counter and after using her alternate like parry / dodge or command dodge or command parry. Pretty sure it's a command dodge, technically. It doesn't matter. Same thing. So that is now how you access Polarity Assault. In addition to this change, they buffed her resource economy. So instead of 1 Polarity Assault from ult, she now gets 2. And she now gets more of the Polarity Assault given to her from Assault and Disorder. So her resources are more plentiful. So she can theoretically do her attacks more often. The downside is now it is more difficult to access the Polarity Assault. You need to intentionally use an attack to trigger it, instead of it being an automatic thing. Essentially, this just means Alice is a DPS. We kind of knew this from last week, though, and they've doubled down on that direction. I think it is a buff because she can do more Polarity Assaults. But there's a chance it's a non-change because they made the Polarity Assault more difficult to access. But I do think it is technically a buff.
Extraordinarily skilled hero.
Yes, you, young lady. I can tell you're very talented. Have you ever considered a career in the entertainment industry?
Not at all. Mr. Director, even
Essentially, the direction for Alice is kind of simple. She is just a better Jane. Seemingly, she is just a better Jane. Or at minimum, a second Jane. The thing that I am still caught up on is asking people to pull for a better Jane is kind of fucking crazy. It's a super big ask. People really like Jane. People will square the fuck up if you say Jane is bad. People freaking love this character. And people already have Jane. Making a second Jane just isn't very compelling as something to pull for. If you already have Jane, are you really interested in an upgrade? Even if it is, let's say, 15%. Is that even something you're interested in? Or would you rather pull a Mindscape on Jane? She is just using Jane teams, yes. Is that even something you're interested in? I'd argue no. Was with Jane M2? Then you have Jane M2. Why are you abandoning ship? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why would you want to abandon ship? Even if in this hypothetical world, Alice was 30% better. Well, okay, I think she would have to be 30% better for me to say it's worth a pull. Right? I guess? For me to, like, unequivocally say, yeah, she's that much better, I guess you'd want to say 30%. But I do not currently believe her to be 30% better. So, like...
Let's not rush now. You see, not only is our movie starring the retired...
It's just a big ask for people to jump ship on Jane. Alice is great, but I think it's just a big ask of the player base. If you've already pulled essentially a very similar character this soon. I'm also gonna throw this out there. It's a pretty bad look for year 2 of your game to be making alternate or new versions of existing characters, essentially. It is a pretty bad look for year 2. To be, yeah, here's a 1.0 character, but better. It's a pretty bad look. It's... So you had C1R1 Arlecchino? Yeah. If you had C1R1 Arlecchino, pulling Mahuika was questionable. That's still true. Except for the part where Mahuika can be a support. Except for that part. Ignoring that? Kind of have to consider it.
But I'm not really cut out out for acting. I can't even put on a stern face to make Shifu attend morning lessons. Besides, I still have a task to complete.
Wait, Eastwind doesn't show up for morning routines? Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Eastwind doesn't show up for morning exercises?
But wait, the biggest surprise is still to come.
Hey, didn't you say my return is the big surprise?
The real highlight is, all of our fight scenes for the movie will be shot inside the Great Hollow in
Scammer again.
That sounds really impressive, but Mr.
Apparently.
I really...
Alice swimsuit, it is nice.
Wait, shooting inside the hollow? Isn't that dangerous?
Have we seen the summit? The whole operation's a mess.
Brilliant talent or genuine creativity?
Sung Huang, this is our chance at a comeback. We have to seize every opportunity.
Then you must be taking all the necessary precautions, right? Working inside the hollow is incredibly dangerous. Not to...
We have! Thanks to Mr. Sung Huang's connections, we've obtained a hollow entry permit from the HIA. The official...
It's said to be an area cleared of
I think, okay, I'll just give an opinion here.
Does such a place even exist within Lemnian Hollow?
I think Alice is a great character. I think Alice is genuinely going to be great. I also think Alice is just a big ask for the player base to pull. To the point where I'm not super for it. I know she's great. I'm just not really about it. I like Jane. And I think if you already have Jane, yeah, Alice is better, but it doesn't make a ton of sense to use a pull for that.
Mr. Director, this area you're talking about...
It just doesn't make a ton of sense. It doesn't make a ton of sense for me to recommend.
This is the exact area Shifu asked me to investigate. What a strange coincidence.
How much better? I'm gonna say 10%. It might be more now. I haven't looked at the recent changes on paper because it's kind of hard to figure out on paper.
But I really do have a task to attend to. So I'm sorry, but I cannot oblige.
Is the playstyle different? No, not really. She's potentially better with Yanagi than Jane is.
The crew is ready, so let's head to the hollow entry.
She should be better with Yanagi than Jane is. And that's the primary thing.
Summit. Surely our young master here understands.
Nipple Jane while Piper exists. Who cares? The difference is you didn't intentionally pull for Piper. And people don't like playing A ranks. It's a pretty big difference.
So, will you be escorted by security guards or association investigators?
Well, you see, we're on a tight budget and spent most of it on the crew and special anti-corruption.
You pulled for Piper. You pulled for...
Of course, a large share of it also went to Mr. Sung.
It's a reasonable budget.
Yeah. Vivian Bernice. I mean, in the case of Vivian Bernice, I'm comfortable saying the difference is large enough that, yeah, you should just get Vivian if you already have Bernice. But you could even have the same opinion and go, yeah, I already have Bernice. Why would I pull Vivian? Yeah, she's better, but do I care? You could be that guy. And there's nothing really wrong with that perspective. You could just be that guy. Be based like that.
waits for no one. We need to get going.
Hey, wait!
Soldier 11. I think the difference in Soldier 11's case is it's too difficult to clear with her. You can comfortably clear with Evelyn without Lighter and Astra. You cannot comfortably clear with Soldier 11 without those supports. And if power creep becomes so bad, well, arguably it is to that point for Jane, but Jane, I guess what I'm caught up on is Jane is not a standard banner character. You had to pull for her. That's what I'm really caught up on. But yeah, there is the power creep angle where if Jane or if Alice can comfortably clear when Jane cannot without the best in slot team, then I guess we need to have that Soldier 11 versus Evelyn conversation, right? Really? I am surprised. Okay, this is the trial? Huh. Really?
I'll protect you from any danger.
Take a deep. I hear the stage calling my name.
Is this team good? No, it's just worse than Lighter. That's why I'm surprised.
Hey, you, the new PA. Handle the equipment carefully, okay?
Is it Soldier 11?
Yep, right there.
I do comic count yet? No, I recorded the Persona video before stream though. That I did do.
I fixed it. Alright, I can check this off my list.
I guess this is less reliant on enemy aggression. It doesn't actually matter that much. Besides Jane's engine being kind of poo-poo and potentially having downtime, it doesn't really matter that much. It's mostly just engine stuff. Non-male pullers do not care. We'll pull Javuvu for it. Okay.
And young Tiger set foot on Mount Purgation. The wind stirs, to the grass.
The wind stirs.
Jane, Alice engine. It's potentially very good. Mostly because it doesn't have down, or it won't have downtime after it's stacked. Everyone snuck in here? Yeah.
Passing through the ether, leaving a unique mark on the film roll. While the fragrance called...
Wow, that sounds incredible.
So, there's a reason you keep producing bad movies.
Has the director only made bad movies?
Bad movies?
Oh no, Jufufu, no, you're gonna be in a bad movie! You're gonna be in the room!
didn't know you cared so much about your third-rate work.
Mr. Tsongkwang, isn't it a little harsh to criticize someone's hard work like that?
It's fine, it's fine. Anyway, footage shot inside...
We should still be careful. I can sense that the ether activity around us is far from calm.
But it adds authenticity.
Mr. Director,
Forget about Invasion, Next Gen, and Behemoth. After everyone are on site...
Are you just accepting the fact that your movies are third-rate?
Ooh.
In any case...
Speaking of bad movies, I just heard the news. Michael Bay will be returning to Transformers to direct the next films. Speaking of bad movies. That's actually peak, bruh. No. Honestly good, bruh. Transformers 1 was so good. I can't believe you, chat. I actually can't believe you, chat. Bad movies are fine. Okay then.
Please let it be over soon. I still have Shifu's investigation to look into.
Scene 1, take 2. Continue rolling.
We need to focus on the real task. Investigating the miasma disturbance here.
Psycho Prime making a comeback. I will kill them all.
Nothing out of the ordinary here either.
Rep. Yeah, Transformers 1 is dead.
Well, I guess that's good news.
Skibbity Toilet was a ruse to return to Transformers. Apparently.
The bandits running wild here have terrorized these lands for too long. Naturally, the two tigers cannot stand idly by.
VFX. The first one has good VFX. The second one and the third one and the fourth one and the fifth one don't. Specifically the fourth one and the fifth one have notoriously bad effects. For the time.
Within the shadows, dangers far greater than bandits.
We like the third one? Okay.
These ethereals. All of them are tainted with traces of miasma. Something's not right here.
You push that F key.
Is everyone okay? Take a moment to collect yourselves. We're getting ready to shoot today.
Is it the second one that has the robot with testicles?
For years, dark energy has clung to Mount Purgation, and now the swarming fiends see.
Yes. Is it peak? Are we really going with this? All right.
A heavy, foul miasma rolls in. The Demon King ruling over this mountain has arrived.
Yes, I've gone over the Alice changes 3 times now.
Back, everyone! This one's really got its claws out.
And that's a wrap for the day.
I am directly under the enemy's scrotum. What a quote. What? Well, I make a video on these. I am unsure. I may not. It's likely that these are the final changes, in which case we might as well just wait for the full video. The thing is, Alice is a second half character. So that video would be 5 weeks away?
I'm at my wit's end, Shifu.
So I may just do it to do it, because I don't know, because it's just going to take a month for us to get around to it.
What is it, Shifu? What does the reading say?
I don't know about the reading, but I've always said you've got the potential to become a star.
Shifu, have you been listening to the post I'm trying to make?
She's not listening.
You are a rare type.
She's not listening at all.
Smart and adorable.
Oh my god.
And incredibly talented.
Bruh, she's just talking through her.
As your Shifu, I don't
She's
mind
such a
stepping into the world
scammer.
of cinema, but the world is filled with distractions that can cloud your judgment.
Shifu! I'm talking about the safety of the film crew and the odd situation with the miasma. Not to mention there are also signs of the Exaltists being involved.
Suspicious indeed. But in my opinion, you should stay with the crew and keep an eye on how things develop. The readings suggest the same.
So I'm going back to acting after all. How embarrassing!
It is the duty of mystics like ourselves to protect and to seek. Besides, think of all the bragging rights your Shifu will get if you debut on the big screen.
Oh my god. Am I gonna make a video on the 3.4 characters? I think I realized I'm not actually interested in any of them besides Archer. I barely even know what Saber and Phanon do because I care that little. I might make a video about the buffs because I think they're interesting to talk about. And I might make a video on Archer because he's my goat. Archer is the GOAT. He's literally the best character. Don't know what to tell you. He's literally not available on release. There's not even a point to me streaming Star Rail tomorrow. He's not fucking there. He's not. You gotta wait a week. You gotta wait. I would have done like the downtime stream for Star Rail and played it on release if he was available. But he's not. But he's not.
Asset confirmed. Preparing to move out.
Son of a glorp. Can play Silver Wolf with who? I was gonna play her with Archer.
Perk up, everyone! We've got an old steed in the stable. A hero past his prime. How
You can play Wolf DPS, apparently. What about Jing Liu? I still cannot gear her.
Closer to the truth behind the purgation bell, and to an even.
I have a real serious problem with the Jing Liu buff because you can't use existing gear on her. You have to farm new stuff for her. And it's stuff that you don't have. So essentially the Jing Liu buff is... She's not even the same character. She's... Essentially. It is too much of a departure.
Mr. Tang Huang,
Among tiger thyrans? And
The forbidden artifacts must.
But what choice do we have?
It may be the.
Oh my god, your Fufu backstory.
I'd say.
Fufu, stay alive.
From now on,
but we must also bear the pain that they cannot.
The laws of our people shall not be broken.
Yes, that That's why I started training.
Arch will be viable for one patch.
Following the footsteps of our kin. In this
He's immediately gonna get power crept. I know. He's definitely gonna get power crept next year. But I don't care. I'm gonna have fun with him.
The true meaning of the scriptures.
Our two heroes.
But yeah, Jingliu, you can't use existing gearing. You have to farm new gear for her. And it's really egregious because Star Rail has no off piece, and these are pieces you wouldn't have farmed before. So you need to intentionally farm for the Jingliu buff. Which is just kind of fucking crazy. Wait, Huei's tail is solid?
I am Ju-Hu-Hu of Yuan-Kuei Summit. Prepare to meet your doom.
Yare, daze.
Master G! Master G is here! We're saved!
Master, please save my daughter. She's still trapped in the village.
Fear not, good people. Master Ju is here. There will be no suffering where I stand. Only justice.
Master G!
Master G!
Master Ju is here, and clear skies will follow.
Master G!
Master G!
Oh my god.
Essence, I shall rush to
Oh my god, it's so cringe. It's great.
Where can we go?
Master Jew!
hurry. We gotta save these people first.
Demons! Demons! Help me.
Don't leave me alone here.
Live on.
Built every Natlin character and everyone in Star Rail. New set every patch. Suggs. Yeah. I specifically don't like the Jingliu buff because I cannot hear her and I would have to spend resources to actually play her. I think I can try to get by with two-piece. But we're not really going to be getting as much damage as we should be out of her. Because I'm not really willing to farm for it. And it's really strange. Because you shouldn't expect people to refarm for the buffed characters. If you're going to buff the character, they should at least be similar enough to use the same gearing. It's a really strange choice. In my opinion, it's really a strange choice.
Stop right
Yeah.
there.
Your Ellen had to change sets. They're the same sets that were good in 1.0. And the main stats didn't change. Sort of. Attack percent is better, but you get the idea.
Everyone, are you all right?
I need a two-piece? The set is the same? Bro, you need 3 HP main stats! Bro, you need 3 HP. Bro! Bro! 2? No, actually 4? Actually. You need HP rope, HP ball, and HP body, and HP boots. Ice ball is better. Speed boots -1 Sunday. Okay. It needs HP subs. It needs HP subs. You can't use attack subs anymore. They don't do anything.
Faithless souls cannot ascend the stairs to sanctuary.
It's such a strange choice. Oh, Hyacinth E1? No, I did not pull E1 Hyacinth. I don't...
I'll protect you from any danger.
Casterus isn't my favorite. If I liked Casterus more, I would pull Hyacinth E1.
I'm curious to see the audience's
But
reaction.
I didn't really see a point to pulling it. I like Casterus a lot more now that I'm not playing Sunday or Remembrance main character. I think Hyacinth is a kind of big deal for her. By kind of, I just mean is a big deal for her.
Blessings are granted without bias, thus ignorance is mankind's sin. Those who squander such grace must be refined. The flickering flames of the kindling illuminate the steps for the sanctuaries chosen. Even the most faithless dust shall bask in its glory.
Hope everyone's okay. We gotta hold on.
One step further, and you may shed your mortal sins. The gate to the final domain does not open without refinement.
Save for Lancer. I now have to question why my day is not Gilgamesh. Maybe the fake crossover is more popular than they expected. I don't know. I'm still sticking to the theory that my day is a repurposed design for HSR Gilgamesh. Because they all have new designs. I'm still there with this theory. Yes, I've heard that Lancer is going to be really... Yes, I've seen the Lancer thing. Surprised they picked another dude. I guess there isn't another female character in Fate Zero, or in Unlimited Blade Works, is there? Yeah, I guess there isn't.
Stalking a cicada, unaware of the things behind it, waiting to strike.
Nothing slips through my Get
These classic plots never get old.
heads up.
But I think I prefer playing the villain.
Oh my god, Master Tiger is evil.
Give up. Rather than becoming food for the ethereal, why not nourish your own kind?
A collab would go hard with a collab for Zenless. I mean, there are obvious answers. You want something with a more pop art aesthetic that can translate to, like, the modern anime look, like a Studio Trigger. You could put a Kill la Kill character in Zenless. I could definitely see Street Fighter. They would definitely do like Chun-Li and Juri. I could definitely see it.
Seems I put on such a great performance.
Putting on such a show, taking...
When all careful plans fail.
You could put Marvel Rivals in Zenless. It'd be a little goofy, but you could put Marvel Rivals Venom and Psylocke in Zenless.
You're really into the role. Come, Victor.
Who would want to
Could definitely do it. You could definitely.
Heart to stomach. Do you think I've been eating nothing but good food on my journey?
Psylocke either attack, Venom either defense.
I siphoned the That's how I've come this far.
You want to live this way, even—
Eat or be eaten.
I don't understand. If we have to live by devouring the flesh of others, then why?
Devouring the flesh.
So desperately to stop the Hollow from devouring us.
It's because of these so-called ideals and principles that if we'd only used the Tigerbane Bell that day...
There is no if only. When I was young and would remember that sacrificing the lives of one, the good at that moment, there is no if only. I've stopped dwelling on the rights and—
How do you know?
Akuma boss. It would literally never happen, but you know who would be... You know what would go kind of hard? Zenless Zone Zero X Asura's Wrath? This 2012 Capcom game, which did have a Street Fighter crossover. I am already picturing this in my head. It'd be perfect. I can't believe he's not in Marvel vs. Capcom game. Oh, no one remembers Asura's Wrath.
Huh?
I hate your name. It makes me feel you've had too good a life this far.
Oh my god, this is so climactic. Oh my god!
It does make me feel like I've had a good life so far.
Oh, wait, okay, hold on. Okay, we are now taking a we're taking a sidetrack here. All right, where is the Street Fighter crossover? Here we go. This is the Street Fighter crossover. Look at how peak this stuff is. Look at how you play a game of Street Fighter. By the way, this is not a 2D fighting game. This is part of the fight is that you play a game of Street Fighter 4. Part of the DLC. This is what the actual gameplay is. Where are the cutscenes? Where are cutscenes at? Basically, this is what the game really is. It's a bunch of cool cutscenes with QTEs. And a lot of screaming. That's a game? Oh yeah. People call it an anime with QTEs? Yes, it basically is. That's basically what it is. What is this? This is Asura's Wrath. Heavy rain for Shonen? Why is the quality bad? Bro, this is 2012. Bro, this is 2012. But yeah, this shit was peak. It's a PS3 chat. Oh, yes, chat. It's a PS3. Isn't this the game where he punches a finger? Yes, this is the one where the guy punches the finger. Yes! This is that's the one, yes. So the fight where they stab a sword through the moon?
You've grown a lot, Fufu.
You're making me blush, Shifu. Though
I'm talking about your skill in lecturing villains on morality.
Shifu, you're making fun of me again. then.
It's an important skill for us good guys.
Bruh.
To have. Making your grand entrance with an impressive line and exiting with words. Isn't that exactly the hero you aspire to become?
Yes, be corny.
Maybe being a great hero or a legendary figure doesn't always mean you have to be impressive, brave, or even powerful. Maybe doing the right thing is more important than becoming a hero.
Master
Punch the universe at the end of time. Yes.
Defeat the bird for me.
Now you remember why no one remembers it? Yes, that's also true. You can emulate it with the ending, though.
That's impressive.
But really, you get the same experience watching it on YouTube. If you want to spend 5 hours watching video game cutscenes, you could experience the whole game.
So even if I ran into a situation, I could...
Master
Kinda peak.
prowess is rivaled only by her humility.
Plus, I realized that rather than being called Master Fufu, I much prefer being everyone's senior disciple Fufu.
Bruh.
So don't be afraid when you encounter demons or evil spirits. Senior disciple Fufu will always be there to defeat them.
The delivery on some of these lines is really bad. Or it's really not exactly smooth, but it's kind of endearing. It's not natural at all, but it's really endearing because of how corny it is and how awkward it is. Your Fufu kind of peak. Better than the main story. True. Let's go, Fufu. Jufufu will literally 2-peak. You just cannot accept how peak she is. Final Fantasy VIII. Alright, let's talk about Final Fantasy for a minute. Have you ever realized people only talk about Final Fantasy 7, 6, 9, and 10? I didn't even know there was a Final Fantasy 12 or a Final Fantasy 11, but apparently there was. There's a lot of talk in Final Fantasy 14. Yeah. #13 13 is the one that people refer to as like famously bad. Notoriously bad games, Final Fantasy 13, which is interesting. It's the hallway games, yes. They spent a decade in Final Fantasy 13. But it has a waifu. But it has oh, we gotta do Hollow Zero. Let's do that. Where is everyone? I gotta go live at an earlier time again. #13 is the one with the trilogy, right? Yes. 13 is the one with the trilogy.
Wanna... the end... I would never turn down Lord Phaethon.
Ow.
I'll protect you.
Fufu's here!
When is the next video? I'm not sure.
good.
I have been a bit busy. It will be out when it is out. Someone who plays Magic, there's a Final Fantasy collab. I saw those at Target because they never stock Pokemon cards anymore. Why do they never stock Pokemon cards? Why are Pokemon cards literally impossible to find now? Just a year ago, they were pretty plentiful on the shelves. What happened? What? Question, what happened? They are stocked? You're lying. They are Scalpers, you're definitely... They were there a year ago! The existing sets that get shipped disappear instantly still. COVID? It's been... The Scarlet Violet sets were not that bad! The early ones are not that hard to find! I bought some of them! Did they stop did they drop the numbers? Nostalgia baiting? I think they just dropped the print numbers. But yeah, I've got some Pokemon cards, okay, chat? TCG Pocket happened? Maybe. Maybe that's just it. I actually did find some of the Journey Together set. I got jack shit though. But at least I found some of it. Check it out, chat. We got Blaziken EX and Salamence EX and Iono's Belly Bolt EX. Let's go. Let's go. Holy pog. Belly Bolt. You would never buy a card game you don't play? No one plays Pokemon. No one. I'm sorry, Prastel. No one plays Pokemon TCG. That's just not a thing. It's just... It is a collectible card game. It's not a trade. It's not a playing game. Speaking of, okay, so my brother apparently is actually playing the Pokemon TCG Pocket app for the game. I looked at him, I'm like, what, are you crazy? I looked at him. You don't even like Pokemon. Says the only thing you can find for the Journey Together set are the pre-built decks. Maybe I should just buy the pre-built decks. And I can at least play a game with them. With physical cards. Might not be a bad idea. It's like the only thing you could find. And I do kind of want the promo cards. Stevens Beldum and I forget who the other one is. But it was nice. It's some waifu. Is it Iono? I don't think it's Iono. I don't remember who it is on the other promo pre-built. Who is it? What? I don't... Am I gonna have to Google this? I have no idea. Whatever, we're just gonna move on. What? Woowa TCG. Glad you like it.
The best defense is a strong offense.
I'm sure it is. Why did they feel the need to copy TCG? And it's strange. Strange choice for them. Really strange choice for them. They need to compete. I can guarantee you, there is not a large amount of players playing Genshin TCG daily. You do not need to compete in that market. You do not. That is not a market you actually have to compete in.
Nothing slips through my defense.
Genshin TFT. I didn't play that either. And I probably won't be playing that. Look, all I'm gonna say is if you play gacha games for TCG updates, just play a real card game. Just play a... There will be more players, and there will be more depth to the game. Get into Hearthstone or Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Get into Hearthstone. You'll have more fun. You'll have... Honest advice. Actually get into One Piece? Sure. I thought One Piece was another one of those games no one actually played. Apparently I'm wrong. Shit sells out. That's not because people are playing the game, Prestel. That's... The event tickets? Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what I mean when I say you could just play a real TCG. It will be a more enjoyable experience than playing like a milked or a watered down version of a TCG. You could just play one. If Zenless adds a TCG, you won't catch me playing it. You won't catch me. I wanted to stream Marvel Snap, but I never got the sponsor for it. But I did want to. There's better third-party games. I believe people just like the Master Duel client.
The best defense is a strong offense.
That's really all you have to do for... Okay, so are you familiar with Pokemon Showdown? Pokemon Showdown is the way to play competitive Pokemon online. They're trying to launch a competitor in Pokemon Champions.
Nothing slips through my Don't even try. Your turn ends with me.
What was I talking about? I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. I've lost the thought. I don't remember anymore. Oh yeah, I was talking about clients. You know what stops piracy of media? A good client. It's the reason video games are not as pirated as anime. People like Steam. If Pokemon Champions looks good and has enough features, even if it's technically worse than Showdown, people will play it anyway. And it will be successful. Yes, piracy is a service issue.
Asset confirmed. Preparing to move out.
What brings you?
That is, yes, it's literally a Gabe quote. Is it real? Yes. If you give people enough reasons to use your client, they will not pirate. People will want to use your client. Why do you think no one likes Epic Games Store? And everyone only buys games on Steam? Because by all metrics, Epic Games Store gives a higher cut to developers. And they've even paid developers in the past to make their games only available on Epic Games Store. And people do not buy the games if they are on Epic Games Store. People do not buy because they like Steam as a service. And I'm one of them. And I'm one. Fuck Epic Games Store. We stand Steam. We stand Steam. The client sucks? Yeah. I don't care. Honestly, it's most of your library is already on Steam. Honest. If you want to know the real reason, it's because your library is on Steam. Yeah, it's too much of an ass to move your library. It's the same reason no one's going to buy an Xbox instead of a PlayStation now. Because everyone owns their games on PlayStation. If your library isn't on that service, there's no reason to use it. And Xbox found this out the hard way. The next Xbox update is going to introduce your Steam library, allegedly? Yeah, they want to merge into Windows. Because that's what it's the smart thing to do. It's the smart... It is literally the smart thing to do. Xbox lost, and thankfully Windows won, so they can just kind of bloop, pick up their homework and put it over here. Pick up their homework. And they can pull what's called a pro gamer move. Anyway, Valve is based. Windows-based PC handhelds. They kind of... Okay. The Steam Deck is the market leader in portable handhelds. Improving Windows compatibility with handheld PCs is a necessity to compete in the market. Because anyway, I love the Steam Deck. First in line for Steam Deck 2. We stand Steam Deck. But yeah, it's really telling when people are installing Steam Deck OS on their ROG Allies and their Lenovo Legions, and the games are running better. You get 10% performance increase installing Steam OS on your ROG Ally. Kinda based. It's funny that Valve does so. Valve is a really cool company because they found the infinite money glitch, but they still do release products just out of boredom and love for the industry, just out of not necessarily for monetary gain. Valve is based like that. They can never count to 3, though. It's true. They can never count to 3.
Together, we'll compose a miracle. Disappointing. Legit still.
Artifact. I believe that was the one with player markets. The one where players could literally run secondhand markets in a virtual game. I think that's what Artifact was, right? I mean, have you thought about this? They created NFTs. You want to break it down? What is Artifact if not NFTs? That's not something you should be proud of. Just didn't take off. But that is the gist. It's digital ownership. And resale. It's digital. TF2 is a game older than Skyrim. That's all I'm gonna say, actually. They proved NFTs don't sell for. Yeah. Deadlock? Yeah, everyone kind of forgot. Oh.
Obliterate form and spirit.
13K players right now? More than Marathon. More than... That is more than all of Marathon's betas. For what it's worth. Mirahu. Yeah. So what's with Alice? Let's talk about Alice again. They changed her again. So her polarity assaults now require an actual input. They're tied to her enhanced basic 5, which is an attack that you unlock after doing an assault. And after using EX special and ultimate and enhanced basic attack. So you now have to intentionally use her polarity assaults. They're not going to activate automatically, is the big change. You have to play with more intention. The stolen art game? Yes, it's the stolen art game. I think the Alice changes are a buff because she gets more of the resources. It is more difficult for her to spend them, but she gets more. So they buffed her resource gain on Assault and Disorder. So I do think it is a buff because she can theoretically do more of the polarity assaults. You could argue that it's a nerf because the polarity assaults are more difficult to access, but I think it is technically a buff. That's my opinion on the Alice changes. I still have the same general opinion of Alice, which is asking people to pull a third anomaly physical DPS that plays in the exact same teams is a really big ask. And I'm not exactly here for it And I don't think it's a great look for that to be essentially one of your debut year 2 characters. I'm not crazy about it. Why do people say it's Jane Dover? Because they nerfed Mono Viz, which wasn't a real team. They nerfed a team that you shouldn't have played in the first place. They just completely removed it. That complete meme, it's over. Stop coping. I was right. It's over. People got too attached to a meme. You said Vivian mode? Yeah, it's literally that again. When will you people learn? One day. One day you people will learn.
Delicious composition brings is truly remarkable.
I do think Alice is currently better than Jane. I also don't exactly think it matters. Alice is a low pulled value character because she is another Jane. A character most players already have, and players who have her like her a lot. A second Jane is just a really big ask for the player base to pull. To the point where I'd question the need for Alice on an account. Like, she's better, but I can comfortably say Alice is a great character because she is. But it's just a big ask. It's a really big ask. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but maybe it'll be useful. Maybe one day. Are they cooking with 100 million HP boss? They're cooking a hard fight.
The joy that this delicious composition brings is truly remarkable.
But yeah, it is an anomaly shell boss, and it is... I actually like the new boss, by the way. I think the mechanics are really cool. And it's a very straightforward fight. It's a good fight. I like it. It doesn't seem to have as much RNG and, like, fight breakpoints as the Miasma Priest. I think I like the Yizong fight from everything I've seen of it. Did they add fire resistance to Yizong? Did they actually? Wait, is this new? Wait, hold on. Did they do that? No, Miasma Priest had fire resistance added. Does Yizong have it? I don't know. Not this one. Miasma Priest is ice resistant. Oh, they took away the fire weakness. That's what they did. You're right, you're right. My bad, my bad. Yeah, it is fire resistant, Lamau. Yeah, it is fire resistant. My bad, my bad. You're right, you're right. Yeah. They did just take a moment to dunk on Bernice, didn't they? Basically. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Can you play Jane Yuzuha Nicole? You probably can. If we want to talk about how, like, bad things have been, we talk about Lucy? Can we actually talk about Lucy, who is literally half of Astra? Lucy? Let's break down Lucy's buffs, okay? She gives 600 flat attack, 10% crit damage, 15 damage bonus. I would like you to compare this to Astra. You were just on? Oh. Thank you.
Here this time?
Daily reset is in 5 minutes. We're sorting discs. How bad is the situation here? We need Hugo discs. We really, really badly need Hugo upgrades. This has been the biggest problem. We really, really badly need Hugo upgrades. I don't think we can get them. You killed them? Okay. You did save pieces for the hypothetical scenario where we get a reroller, right? You did think about that, right? Tell me you thought about that, right?
I wish you a fabulous day.
Freeson, okay.
Is the electric margarita with blue Z undertone.
It's fine. There's a cool Yusun Disc 1, kept at 3. You're a liar.
This delicious composition brings is truly remarkable. Take your time and savor it.
Please, Hugo, please. Please, Hugo, please. Damn it.
Composition brings.
Damn it. Damn it. Are we gonna try to pull Miyabi? Question, are we gonna try to get Miyabi here? If we are, I'm gonna box Blade and Branch.
The joy that this delicious composition brings is truly remarkable.
Are we? Alice? No, we can't afford Alice. Miyabi, we can make a team off one character. Alice, we cannot. Fuck stuff for stun. Yeah, you're not wrong. Aren't wrong. It's not really dropping though. It's unfortunately.
The joy that this delicious what a...
We have cope here? Yeah, we got cope fuel. Alright. Go gadget cope fuel.
Joy that this delicious composition. Take your time and savor it.
This was not bad. Juvuvu, you say? Oh, Juvuvu just got a piece.
The joy that this delicious composition brings is truly remarkable. Take your time and savor it.
Oh, good. I don't actually care. I would like crit rate though. Or crit damage rolls if we could. Oh well. Yeah, we're keeping that. I know. I know what I'm doing here. Not how. Nayum Heights. Okay. Yeah, I'm not fucking with this. Yeah, I'm not fucking with this. Anyway. How many wishes do we have? Yeah, we're not pulling shit next update. Yeah, we're not pulling shit. Yeah, we're not pulling shit. Yeah, we're not pulling shit. Oh my god, we're not pulling shit. Yeah, it's not happening. Yes, we did pull Jufufu. We just see. Oh yeah, easily. We've done Shiyu, we've done 9-star Deadly Assault. We've done a bit of everything. Or we have done everything. Is Jufufu's best team Yisen? Yes. Yisen is Jufufu's best team. 9-star? Yeah, we're getting Hugo'd. We need to get Hugo working. Hugo is the key to all of this. We're gonna use on the anomaly boss? We're just gonna play Yisen and wing it. What do we do when the anomaly boss is on the same rotation as the miasma priest? I don't know, cry? I don't know. Possibly just cry. Because it is. Yizong will be on the same rotation as miasma priest. How are our chips looking? Because we need to build Lycon. Alright, let's go get stun chips. Well, maybe. 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 We don't have the wishes to pull her, though. If we pull Miyabi, we're going into 2.2 with 0 wishes. Which is not really the situation we want to be in. It's just really not. You know, the other solution to our Hugo is bricked problem is pulling Evelyn. Because that way Hugo can at least use lighter. Because our Pompeiis will be easier. Our solutions are pull Miyabi and bench Hugo. / bench Soldier. Why did we waste pulls on Hugo? What do you mean? Hugo is literally a necessary pull for us. We made this account a month ago. Hugo was literally a necessary pull.
What brings you here?
New units only. Yeah, I do want to kind of want to do new units only still. Still, I do want to do that.
I wish you a fabulous day.
We will probably be skipping all of 2.1. That is probably what we are doing.
Do you want me to fight?
Now it's my turn.
How big is Jufufu? She's a pretty big tiger. Very fierce. Very scary.
An opening. What a nuisance. Watch out.
Thanks. I didn't want to do anything. Oh my god, I hate this boss. Oh, stop with the iframes on the enemies. Please stop doing this, developers, please.
Allow me. Obliterate form and spirit. Act decree.
They're not gonna stop, are they? I hate iframes on enemies. This is something that should never exist. And they keep doing it. Palicus is a nightmare. Just horrible boss design.
Your fate is sealed.
Perny player? Do whatever you want. Have fun. It's a game. Camera jacking. Yeah, that one is also really frustrating.
What a nuisance.
I would tell you, if you don't have any of the anomaly DPSs, it doesn't make a ton of sense to pull for Yuzuha. You can try to cope that she's like half playable, or she's better than Lucy. She is. She's better than Lucy and Caesar in non-anomaly teams, but like.
Obliterate form and spirit.
Pulling for that? Questionable. It's just really questionable. So if you don't have Jane, Alice, Yanagi, pulling Yuzuha isn't the best idea. Vivian. But if questionable, it's just dumb. Sort of. Yeah, basically.
Allow me. Out of the way.
Gets hit, Giga Ball. Oh, come on. Pull Yuzuha for Neko? Don't pull Yuzuha for Neko. I would not recommend you pull Yuzuha for Neko. Release. Oh, imagine the assault. Oh, God. If you don't know, we're expecting Yuzuha to do more damage than Astra. So people are trying to cope that you can use her as a sub DPS or off-field DPS. Because she can do fire damage, you can use lighter, and like, I'm sorry, it's bad. I'm sorry. I don't want to be an asshole and ruin people's fun, but I'm sorry, it's bad. And you shouldn't be recommending it. I'm sorry. It's fun. It's really fun. It is really fun. It's a fun meme thing you can do. It is a really fun meme thing, and like, that's cool. I don't want to disparage meme builds, because they can be fun. But selling them as viable is not the same thing. And you on-field Yuzuha? You can try.
Is the electric margarita with blue Z undertone.
Does she have mind? She has personal damage mindscapes. Every support does. They're the later ones. Her 1 and 2 are support oriented, as usual. Where M1, M2 are the support mindscapes, and then they have kind of fun, cute personal damage constellations after that.
This one's flavor goes on and on.
Seems to be a Zenless Zone 0 standard. If Fufu make Yusen as good as Miyabi? No. No.
I'll be waiting for your next visit.
Do I need to make a video explaining it? I know there's one guy on Reddit who just spreading slander about me, and that's kind of based because they really like Yusen. I told them to come on the stream one time, and I'd be happy to go through it with them. The fact is, Isen is good because Shill exists for her, and because she is a Void Hunter level character, we can assume that it exists for a while.
What flavor
We can assume that it will exist for a while. So Yushin is good as long as this content exists for her, and they continue to reward you for having her. So the exact amount of goodness she is in comparison to other characters is almost entirely irrelevant. In simple terms, Yushin is good as long as they want her to be, or for as long as they want her to be. If you're asked about how Yushin is without any of it, she's like as good as Yanagi and Evelyn. Pretty with a asterisks of being easier to get max damage out of, not close to max damage out of. There are cool cancels you can do for Yushin. They are kind of low impact compared to knowing how to manipulate something like freeze, where your score can essentially just triple if you know how to play freeze correctly. And if you're able to execute it. Is M0 Alice dumpstering M2 Jane? No.
I'll be waiting for your next visit. What brings you here this time?
Yes.
Today's reading is
The argument in favor of Yushin is literally that it's pretty simple. Because she is a Void Hunter, her show will last longer than other characters. That is the thesis. We don't know how true it is, but that is the thesis, like the theory. Mono freeze is 100% unintended. Miyabi's M6 literally triggers shatter. If it was intended, they wouldn't have made it shatter. So we are pretty sure that it's an unintended thing. But it exists. It is here. The new anomaly boss is not freezable, by the way. But let's pretend that he is. He's not, but we can pretend that he is. Why did you gear 49 crit rate lighter?
Want to see the red scarf?
Yeah, Yushin is at least good without the show. She is at least good. Yushin is always good. She's just not... She's not as battable. She's not bad. Yushin's very good, but Yushin is debatably the second best DPS in the game, with a couple other characters, essentially. But the thing that makes her good is that her shield exists, and presumably it will be here for a while. Presumably it will be all Yushin all year. That is like the presumption. Yushin will be the character this year. So she is good until she stops being good. Like, she could, yeah, she could also get an upgrade to her teams. Absolutely. But that upgrade isn't here, so we're not going to pretend like it is. If it's not here, it's not here. We're not going to go, oh, Evelyn doesn't have a set. She'll get a set, so we can just assume she'll be X% better. If you're a new Zenless player, you should get Yisun. Well, you can't get her anymore, but you should have picked up Yisun. Yisun is an incredibly free-to-play friendly character. Yisun is great for that. You got an entire team on one banner regarding only A-rank options. They literally gave you the option to get an engine for free from the selector. Astra was on the rerun, but you didn't even really need Astra. If you were just starting on Xbox, Yisun is like, she's so good. She's so good. Okay. So, spoiler. The new Anomaly Shill boss is freeze-proof. Just like Pompeii. And UCC. There are freeze-proof enemies. And presumably there will be a lot more. For the foreseeable future. So I don't know how much we should actually be like, Miyabi Mono Ice is this good, and Miyabi is the peak because no one else is competitive with this thing that may literally not exist in the game. The other thing is the amount of players who play that way is narrow. But it doesn't matter because like it's a good team for an account anyway. I have no problem recommending Mono Ice, even if you do not know how to play it correctly. I'm still happy to recommend it because it's not taking Astra. It's not really taking any of the great supports. It's incredibly it's incredibly good for balancing an account. It also uses teammates that are free, that you do not need to pull for. Scuffed Mono Ice is on par with maybe Anby at worst. It's not quite that good. It's not. If you do not know how to play, it's not quite that good, but it's fine. People really like playing Vivian with Miyabi, which is definitely interesting. What I'm gonna do for my Miyabi video is I'm gonna try to actually talk about this stuff. If she's actually rerunning, either way, I should be working on it. I do want to try to address as much of that as I can, which is like the damage range. And what you gain from doing what, and how impactful it is. It's what I am going to try to attempt to do. Haramasa? I think Haramasa may never rerun. If they do, it'll be with someone a lot more popular. So like a big tentpole character will have a Haramasa rerun with them. Like when I don't know. Can we do DPS comparisons for the Miyabi video? Probably. My goal for the Miyabi video is to try to do it the way I did the Mahuika video, which is to present the range and explain why the range exists and what it is. So like a minimum, a maximum, and some stuff in between. That's my plan. As well as a guide on freeze mechanics. And a little overview for Mono Ice. At least most of the... I want to cover the basics so people know how to play it. It's not going to be a fully detailed Mono Ice video. That'll have to be a separate project. But explaining how it works and why and what you need to do is not, or is the right thing to include. Make a feature length video. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. That I'm not going to do. Basically. Bro, we still don't have energy. Oh no. Bro. Are these crafters about to die? No. Okay. Google Doc? Yeah, it needs some editing. It does need some editing. It does. There is a Google Doc. It needs someone with a heavy hand to go in and slash some pages. I could make a show out of doing it on stream. I'd want to ask for permission first, though. You send secondary drives, it's any of the either of the two-piece crit sets. It is either of the two-piece crit sets. Seems like a good support for non-anomaly teams. She is in comparison to the non-Astra options, but the real answer is no. You should not pull Yuzuha for non-anomaly teams. If you want the real answer is no, you shouldn't pull her for that. And I am willing to stand by that. Foo-foo. Okay. You can tell by the bonus or the cost? No, I haven't looked at that. No, I've never actually looked at how much a Bangbu costs. No, I didn't consider that resource a resource. Normal? Yeah, sure, that's normal. Tell by their, they have, I'm not reading those names. I only look at the pictures, dude. I guess we need to log into the other games. Okay, is it time for Stygian Onslaught? It might be time for a Stygian Onslaught break. Alright, we're doing a Stygian Onslaught break. Here we go. Let's get some artifacts. Oh, no, we're artifact farming, chat. Chat, this is how you farm artifacts in Genshin now. You don't do artifact domains anymore. You do this. Was I able to do it? Yeah, I got the 4-star skin. I wanted the 5-star skin, and I could not get that one. That one I could not get. Klee? I don't have C2 Klee. Wait, I didn't try Amber, if that's what your question is. Amber is not something I tried. Klee should be better than Amba? I don't know if that's true. I also don't think I care anymore. I'm over it. I don't need the 5-star skin. It's okay. I don't need the... I'm okay. Yeah, the skin expires anyway, and I won't be able to get the next one. That's correct. You get the same rewards on Hard and Menacing, right? I think. Every 120 dire prestige. It's just difficulty 3, right? You just put it on hard. Okay, which is the quickest one? That answers the question. Yeah, that answers the question. Oh, I just one-shot it? I should just try. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Let's fix this. And then we just want pyro resonance. So literally anyone can go here. Artifact's better. It doesn't really do that much. Or like, you know, faster, yeah. We'll see. Yeah. Welcome back, Arlecchino. Arlecchino not fired? Arlecchino not fired. Is Alice good still? Yeah, if you don't be worried, Alice is still great. The thing that I'm grasping, or like having a hard time with, is she's just so similar to Jane. It's really hard for me to, if you already have Jane, yeah, Alice is better, but it's kind of like a bro moment. Also, is Mahuika slower? Also, is... I don't even think she is. Hold on. Yeah, it's fine. This is Glarp. But yeah, this is what spending resin is in Genshin now. It's kind of similar to Zenless. Okay, I can't skip using Risco. But yeah, kind of similar to Zenless, isn't it now? I don't know what to spend stuff on in Star Rail. Lasso? Casto? I have no idea. Wind? No, I don't use wind set. Jingliu pieces? I'm good. I know, and I'm not pulling him. What is my worst archer piece? Rerollable. How do I like P5X? I really like it. It's fun. Oh yeah, I'm not pulling the Kevin. Sorry. Sorry, I'm not pulling the Kevin. Over any male character in Star Rail? Aventurine. Aventurine, my goat. Pulling Archer Cone. I think I'm just gonna direct pull it. I might just direct pull it. I have no, because if 200 pulls is a lot. Unless my Archer pull luck goes really badly. Then I guess we try to get E1, but 200 pulls is just a lot. Do they even give out the free cone immediately? Question. Do we get the free Archer and the free cone immediately? I don't actually know. Achievement over 200? Yeah, it is. You get a bonus cone for a character you can't use. Archer is simply just the goat. Honestly. Trust in Goatcher. Literally the Goatcher. Yeah, we're boning. Oh my god. I can't believe this day has finally come. Wait, I can't believe it's finally happened. Hold on. Chat. Finally. Friendship 10 Aloy. Rarest friendship 10 in the game. Finally. Who else is going in the farm? Yansa, welcome to the farm. You wish you never claimed her? How dare? You had it for 2 years. Bruh. All right. We're getting 3 drops this week. I'm feeling 3 drops this week. Here we go, chat. I'm feeling 3 drops. Ain't no way it's not. Thanks, Kirk. Great AoE. Well, this is not my fault. Well, we got 2. Alice is 100% the most changed character in a Hoyo game. That's correct. Well, we got one more. Even the actor changed. Yes. Alice had a voice actor change in beta. Despite betas being unvoiced. Somehow, she pulled it off. Arlecchino didn't actually have mechanical changes. They changed a lot of numbers for Arlecchino. And they changed a bit of how her burst works. And they added the flight mode, which is mostly just like a meme. And not actually very useful. But goddamn, it was funny when they randomly added it. Characters with the most changes in Genshin are actually like Yai and Ayato. Because they stripped mechanics from them. And they had cooldowns that had to be actively reduced instead of fixed cooldowns. And they stripped those mechanics because they were really complicated for no real reason. But again, it's technically kind of inconsequential. It's not even really that they were buffed, it's that they were simplified. You had to work to get them to play the way that they are now. They would have theoretically been the same, just kind of a pain in the ass. Alright, though, no, his damage didn't double. His damage did increase, though. That's true. Yeah, he's still a pain in the ass. Yes, Yai is still a pain in the ass, and not very good. I know. I know. But... Hey. Thank you, Genshin. Oh, good, we got resin. Yai is better than Ayato. Honest question. Is she? Let's talk about what Ayato's best team is. It's Furina, Yale, and Escofia. I'm willing to bet that this is better than Yai's best team. I'm willing to bet. Yeah, I can hold TTS for Mahuika. Yai, Mahuika, Chevrezianza. No, you play Even Star Tenacity? Not TTDS? Are we sure? "18-second rotation." Okay. Hakushin might be good though. Lamau. Lee Mao. Aido can hold the Freedom Sword. You actually need to proc reactions for Freedom Sword, so he kinda can't. Aido versus Yai PvP in 2025? Yeah. If you replace Aido with Cock, we would have some competition? They're literally like the same in that team. They're basically the same in that team, Prestel. I know you know that. Basically. Nuh-uh, Kokumi generates more energy. That is technically true. Kokumi does technically generate more energy. Which makes her better on paper. You're kind of correct, but nah. I like the same shit. I like the same shit. Aido would win. Kamisato art. It's not energy, she heals instead of time for Agalorp. So you just don't burst. Just don't. Counterpoint, Aido has cons. Aido does have cons. And a 5-star weapon. Kokumi does not. Kokumi does not have cons or a 5-star weapon. Or substat scaling. Or a lot of things. Kokumi doesn't have a lot of stuff. She's not a very good character. But she does heal. All right, chat. We got to do an imaginary theater. Prasto, can you change game? We got to do an EU imaginary theater real quick. You. All right. Let's do this. Imaginarium Theater. Oh, there's already a performance. Okay. We'll just go with it. We'll just wing it. Okay, who do we not need? Keep them stunned. We just gotta go for 3 minutes. Ah, yeah. I'm thinking I'd win. Thinking we win, chat. Time over. Yo, it's Chlorant. Oh, thank God we got Chlorant. Oh, thank God we got... Kind of really, really lucky. Okay. What element is this? It is Cryo, Dendro, Electro. French Ralden, we. Yeah, that's fine. They needed it done before the reset. And are preoccupied. So I said I would help. Because we're nice like that. You got this, Ganyu! You are the GOAT! Cow Raiden is better than French Raiden? Not a false statement. I'll say it, not a false statement. Ooh. It's Glorp Scovia. I don't think we really need her right now, but it's Glorp Scovia. That's Glorp. Goose on the loose. I still can't believe that's a real quote. Anyway, we're playing this. Yeah. Yeah, we can play this. Let's just say 11 final tour. Poor Mersha say 11. Would you like to give me a good one? Oh boy. I'm not excited about this. I'm gonna reroll. There we go. I'm gonna there we go. Excellent work, I should say 11. Yo, we got Cal Raiden. Cal Raiden just dropped. Wait, did I just grief? I don't know if we have any Dendro. No, we have one Dendro. We're good. We're good. Lunar Charge saved. They buffed it. I don't really have anything else to say, but they did buff it. I did see that. Alright, go Cal Raiden. Please get quickened. Please get quickened. Thank you. Thank you. I am concerned. Maybe Xingqiu was a bad play. Maybe Xingqiu was a bad decision. I think Xingqiu was a bad decision. Let's try that again. It is not where it's supposed to be. It's on the other side, that's why. Do I reset? Nah, I'd win. Okay, I should use Xingqiu. This is what I've learned. Yes, we should be using Xingqiu. Xingqiu, not a DPS loss. I simply just need to not lose it. Okay. I can do this. At least I think he's not a DPS loss. At this point, I'm not sure. Find it, Hugo. Hugo, find it. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, we're not getting this in time. Hmm. Okay. This is not it. How do I make this it? Just use Furina? We could try that, actually. We'll try that first. That does seem like a better idea than what I was gonna do. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, work with me here, baby. Please, thank you. This is literally... It's technically better. Yeah, it is better. I was gonna say it wasn't, but no, it definitely is. This is much closer. Find it? Get it. Go, Veressa, go! Rush! Rush, Cal Raiden, rush! Thank you. Thank you, Cal Raiden. All right, Cal Raiden, this is your final tour. We gotta kill 3 of these guys. Yeah, boy. All right, we can do this. We can do this. Go, Cal, go. Thank you, Cal. We're good. We're safe. Yeah, more run works. Okay. And this is it. We should be safe. Goose on the loose. Truly goose on the loose. Stygian Onslaught is bad because of the bosses? Yes. It's bad because the lineup of viable characters is too small. Because of how they ramp up the mechanic. I do not like it. I do not like how much they narrow the mechanic. Just say older characters are bad. That's part of it. Alright, thank you, Genshin. To think the boss would make Hydro go. Yeah, the fact is that double Hydro, double Cryo being literally worse than triple Cryo because of the mechanic is not a good choice. In simple terms, it's not a great idea. Okay, do I need Miasma Priest? I think I do. Is yeah. Wait, what? Wait, did they not they didn't change this yet? Are we really? Are we trusting that they aren't gonna change this to the new mats? How much faith do we have that this will be final, chat? How much faith do we have? Well, guess we're going for it. Well, hello. Yeah, speaking on Alice, I think she got buffed. I do think Alice is better than she was. It's my initial read.
Nothing slips through my defense.
Fate, it is not there on patch release. If it was, I would be happy, but I don't believe it is. He could take damage, just not there. He could take... okay. Not try to make Stygian easier. That is the other thing, yes. Quick rundown of what the changes were. Alice no longer automatically consumes her charges. You now have to manually spend them by doing her enhanced basic. But they buffed her economy, so she gets more of them to play with. That is the quick, dirty, and short version of the changes. Okay, what is the time for him to be? It's after he screams, right? Yeah.
Your journey ends with me.
No. Sort of. Almost right. Okay, it's a bit after he screams. Mindscapes? I haven't looked at them. I know Yuzua had a Mindscape buff. That's really all I have to say. I know Yuzua did have a Mindscape buff. Wait, what? Oh, okay, he's dead. Okay, let's not screw this up this time. Ready, chat? Now.
Slips through my defense.
Never mind. Not quite. Your only modern pyro DPS is Mahoika? The only modern pyro DPS is Mahoika. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, reminder, verify your age on Genshin Impact if you have not yet. The deadline is coming up. You do not want your account accidentally banned because you did not verify your age. This is your reminder if you play Genshin Impact. Don't forget to verify your age. NA only? Yes, it's only affects NA. It's because our government sued Hoyoverse. How do you do that? Log into your Hoyoverse account and it should give you a notification. Canadians. I think it is just Americans, yes. Because the FTC sued Hoyoverse over its business practices. With a popular game Genshin Impact. Sorry, Genshin Impact. Award-winning gacha RPG. Okay, anyway.
Asset confirmed. Preparing to move
out. Is that all we've got? There is a Star Rail update tomorrow. But Archer isn't available, so there is no reason for me to log in. We can play the buffed Jinglu the next day, I guess. Oh yeah, the skip button is getting added. That's right. They're adding the skip button. How do I gear this character? Where's it? How do I gear this character? Let's see. Wow, I can't actually use any of my 2 pieces. That sucks. Alright, what do you guys think about my best Jinglu set? Thoughts? People really say this isn't a problem? People really say this isn't a problem? Remove Sunday real quick. You want to see with Bronya? Ooh. Ta-da! They just made this character impossible to gear. No, I never farm Scholar. Why would I? Rasta, why would I have farmed Scholar? When would I have farmed Scholar? And even if I did, my pieces would all have attack percent. My pieces. For Sunday? You know, I got my set day 1, right? I technically have one. Never mind. Craft? Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah. Should have pulled day 1 Scholar? I kinda did. I did kind of. I did. To be honest, I sort of did. But I didn't save anything with HP. Because why would I have saved anything with HP? But yeah, I really like my my Sunday set here. What do you guys think? I know. The ball is pretty bad. I need to reroll it. I know. I need a better ball. We'll worry about it later. Wait. Oh, it's on Robin. Yeah, I shouldn't take that. Unless... Do I have any other attack balls? I do. I can afford this. Wait, Robin actually does use crit damage, right? Wait, does Robin use crit damage? I don't actually remember how this character works. No? Okay. Then I could do this. This honestly could still use a reroll. I'm not gonna fuck with this. What is my best archer set? Which team? Can I equip it? Sure. My best buffed Kafka set? I think I just don't have a buffed Kafka set. Then go to the top, okay? You mean the bottom? I think you meant the bottom. Characters on the left. Then you go down. See reroll potential? I have a reroll potential 0. And a bunch of negative numbers. Amazing. Thank you. Combat stats. 108 crit rate. When you use the sparkle cone. But yeah, it's big damage. That is for sure. It is the big damage. Use the Sunday cone? I probably will be. That's what I probably will be doing. With cone on Silver Doggy, Holiday Thermae Escapade, which is the new Battle Pass cone, because it is better than the Cypher cone. Because I have 100% Death Shred without the Cypher cone. So the Cypher cone isn't doing anything. Some stats even matter when you have that much crit. Yeah, you need attack.
I'll protect you from any danger.
It's break percent. Neat. I'm probably picking the Nihility Cone.
Asset confirmed. Preparing to move out.
But that's neat. Nice balls. Yeah. What are we playing? We're playing Silverwolf DPS. This is what I'm going to be playing on release? On the update? Alright, how much damage does this character even do? How much? Silverwolf? What she got? Oh, this sucks. Oh, this... Well, kind of just sucks. A Death Shred over 100. Damn. Why does she have no crit rate? Oh yeah, hold on. No, she has just no crit rate. 200 speed min? Ah. Try that again, please. Time for a glorp. There we go. It truly is time for a glorp. Yeah, we can run with it. We can run with it. It'll cook. It'll cook. What is D5? I have no idea what D5 is. D5 Onslaught? You would literally be limited by the banners. You can't get a Scovier. It's literally impossible. You can't get a Scovier. You cannot pull a Scovier. It's not possible. You can get Emily, but not Kinich? I don't think you can get Kinich second half either? Yeah, no Goose, no Claire. Buy an account. Yeah, it's not really speedrunnable. It's just not really speedrunnable. Neffa. We're like, skip Neffa. Oh! Wrecked. Destroyed. Obliterated. Dunked on. Get fucked. Shaska? Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I'm not starting an account with Shaska on it. That's actually a horrible idea. That's actually a terrible idea, Presto. Pull C6 Shaska. Bruh. For real, for real. Okay. I think it is time for me to eat. Maybe I'll start SMT5 tonight. Maybe. Maybe it's time to start SMT5. You guys take care. Bye-bye.